learned is other people's projections do not need to be or have to be our reflection. If you know who you are, if you are transparent, authentic, and take self accountability, there's nothing to prove. Things only matter or are only relevant if we give our time and energy to it. Greetings, my amazing A-listers, and welcome to another beautiful day with A. I am so grateful to be here, and I trust that you all are well. If you are not, I'm sending you all the good vibes. For those of you who are new, my name is A, and I'm your favorite mindset and meditation mentor. I help women reclaim their self-worth by putting themselves first, by creating self-fulfilling routines through meditation and accountability coaching. A-list is a list of alchemizing women of the highest order of divinity, excellence, and admirable eminence. We make it happen. We don't make excuses. So today's topic is going to be about not sweating the small things, because I think it's important as women to align ourselves with people, places, and things that align with the vibration that we're on and that we're seeking to achieve. And that means not allowing the little things to cause bigger issues in our lives. And I'll give you a great example. So a few weeks ago, I would say, I'm not a person who likes to argue, but I found myself in a situation with another person going back and forth about semantics or things that didn't even matter. And what I learned is other people's projections do not need to be or have to be our reflection. If you know who you are, if you are transparent, authentic, and take self accountability, there's nothing to prove. And a lot of times, especially in our society, when there are people who are not as in tune or comfortable with themselves, they will go outside of themselves to project their issues or their fears or what they believe onto others, and will try to dim your light in the process. If you're someone who easily gets agitated, irritated, or find yourself constantly back and forth with people, you have to be able to step back and say, okay, first of all, this is not a reflection of me, and this is more of a projection of them. And through time, when you cultivate that mindset and continuously not sweat the small things, you will see how much more peace you're able to obtain and to have within, because things only matter or are only relevant if we give our time and energy to it. If you don't, like I said in previous videos before, if you don't feed the beast, it's going to starve and die out. And sometimes beasts, they come in different shapes and forms, and you have to be able to identify those things along the way so you don't get caught up in the trap, and then you're at war and fighting and getting bruised up into something that you didn't even need to engage in. You could have just went the other way, or you could have just really just deflected the situation and just slayed it with your silence, or just not even acknowledging it. For someone who is highly sensitive and can internalize a lot of things and just being around energies and taking on other people's emotions, I've had to learn throughout time to just know when to be present and know when to be detached. Because if you are too attached to people, circumstances, outcomes, it'll start to drain you in a sense where you'll start to lose your sense of self. You'll start to feel chaotic within. You'll continuously feel like you're fighting against the odds of things. And honestly, it doesn't matter. I was one person who grew up with this mindset of, if I came across the issue with someone else, or I was put into situations that genuinely did not have anything to do with me, I had to really reflect before I reacted and say, okay, is this stuff going to matter a year from now? Is this stuff going to matter even 2-3 weeks from now? 9 times out of 10, or maybe 10 times out of 10, is not going to matter. And through that practice of awareness and mindfulness and respecting yourself, you will learn that a lot of people, places, and situations are not worthy of our energy. And before you dumb yourself down, before you make a fool out of yourself, you have to be able to recenter and ground yourself. And I noticed that through meditation practice, prayer, and just really taking time to be in solitude, how much power and strength that I had within to control what I had to say. Maybe sometimes we can't control all our thoughts, but bring awareness to the thoughts that bring out negative emotions and that fuel more negative thoughts, and to say, okay, I know that being around this person causes me to react in this way. So in order for me not to continuously fall into that energy, let me detach myself and redirect my energy and attention to something better and greater. Through solitude, you realize what really matters and what doesn't. And then you'll be able to reflect on the mistakes that you've made in the past by continuously engaging in low vibrating energies or continuously falling into temptation with your own low vibrating habits and things that are not of you, but when you're around certain people and environments, it just causes you to blend in and to like become those type of energies. And right now I'm in a state where I value myself at a very, very, very high level. I don't allow other people's projections to be my reflection. I am so grateful to have a strong relationship with God and to just know that anything formed against me will fall and perish before me, and that my words are power, and what I say and who I engage with, it sets a greater tone now more than ever of who I am. Life is going to throw you curveballs. Life is going to challenge you in ways that you would never thought or fathom that you would be challenged in. But as an alchemist, as a child of God, as a high vibrational being, it is important to just maintain that peace if you can, and if you can't, know how to bring yourself back to that state. With that being said, I want you all to have an amazing day and to just know who you are and be true to yourself. Regardless if you fumble, you slip, you fall, just bring yourself back, because you have the power. You make the choice. This is your life and no one else's. So have an amazing day. Make sure you subscribe and follow me on all platforms, and I'll catch you in my next one. Ciao.